DJ Eclipse, manager slash soon-to-be owner?
No, just manager.
Just manager? Yeah. Nice. And we have the beautiful AC on right now. It's 96 degrees outside. Yep, hot summer. Fat Beats is notorious for melting, and ironically, they have vinyl in here too, so I think that's funny. Actually, we'll start off with that. We're here to interview JS1 too, who is filling his parking meter with quarters, but we're just basically talking about anything, everything, and putting out some truth of hip-hop and the music industry that not many people may know. So first question in regards to vinyl and records. My friend here, Vaughn, who's filming, was asking a good question. With every album that comes out now, like any new artist or anything, do they still put out like the actual vinyl versions of that?
Not a lot of them. The stuff that comes through Fat Beats, we still make sure we get involved with pressing up the vinyl. Whether sometimes it's the full album, sometimes we do EPs, just of select cuts off the CD. But a lot of the major labels had stopped doing vinyl on the full-length albums and even the singles as well. There's very few things you're seeing nowadays have come out with the full-length vinyl.
Is that because of like budget costs, or is it just because nobody utilizes it?
I mean, it's all of the above. It's the vinyl's not selling, the urban vinyl's not selling what it used to, and so the labels don't want to spend the money to press it if they're not going to make it back. So.
Wow. So when do you think that kind of shifted in regards to when the records stopped being produced like that? Like, do you remember in this business and also as a DJ if there was a year or a certain record label or anybody that stopped producing the vinyls like that?
I think early 2000s is when we kind of saw everything kind of take a turn for the worse. I mean, specifically for us here in New York, like 2001 with 9/11, it was the economy just kind of shifted after that, and that was one factor of people not spending money on music. The other was the whole digital age of everyone downloading stuff. So it got progressively worse, over the years, and you saw things like Serato get bigger, and more DJs getting that, and the vinyl itself just got less and less and less as far as like what they were pressing, what's still available. A lot of the pressing plants shut down as well, so it's just a smaller pond now.
So when did you start using Serato?
I started using Serato the first time I heard of it or saw it, actually.
And when was that? Because I don't know what year.
Wow. I don't know. I'm trying to guesstimate. Is it 5 years ago, maybe? About 5 years ago. Actually, I believe it was, I think Spinbad called me up. And I can hold it.
Yeah, you can hold it.
Because I know you're kind of like.
Tired, yeah.
So I think it was Spinbad called me up. And he was like, yo, listen to this. And I don't know if he was with Revolution or it was him by himself and he was saying Revolution had or something, but he started cutting up Rock the Bells real fast, and I was like, okay, yeah, sounds cool. What's yeah, I'm like, what's the deal? And he was like, yo, it's not actual vinyl, it's this new program, and he explained it. And I was like, do that again. And then he and then when he cut again, I was like, no way, like it's actually reads like that, and it's like using regular vinyl. And he was like, yeah. And as soon as I heard that, just from traveling so much, I've lost crates of records. I had to crate a record stolen from me. It's just when you're traveling a lot, you're looking for anything that you could size down. And so when I saw that, I was like, great. And I can honestly say this: I hate Serato more than anything that's ever come out, and I love it more than anything that I've ever got in my life. Honestly, like I don't even know. No, I'm dead serious. If there's one thing that I would eliminate right now, I'd eliminate Serato. 100%. If somebody's like eliminate something, I mean, besides certain promoters and agents, but besides that, that would be killing people, and you can't do that.
Yeah, that's illegal.
But right, except in Mexico. But what's sick is that if you eliminated Serato, that would make me really, really happy. But at the same time, I think in the past 5 years, the number one thing that's changed my life the most is Serato. Like seriously, it's huge what you can do with it, and the way I can now knock out certain things that I need to get done, like mixtape intros and just when I'm doing scratches for a project or working on something, or just when I'm going to DJ and to have all my music with me, and it's the biggest blessing.
Well, it's a lot more.
But I feel like I've earned to get to that. But like he's allowed to do that. Like if he showed up somewhere and he only wanted to DJ with an iPod, it's Eclipse, so he's allowed to do that. Just for the simple fact that it's Eclipse and we already know.
Have you ever done that?
You know? No, well.
I have a question. You've never spun with an iPod?
Never spun on an iPod. Never spun on an iPod. No, but it's that. I mean, what JS said though, it's like you have to earn the. You know, it's a privilege. Serato should be a privilege. You know what I'm saying, for someone. It's like there's too many artists turned DJs nowadays, celebrity turned DJs nowadays that have absolutely no music history in terms of a collection. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have no vinyl collection, and now all of a sudden they have Serato, and they have access to people's collections and access to files, and they become an overnight DJ. And that's where the issue comes of, like, not earning it. You know what I mean? So.
Did you ever? Oh, you keep the mic. I have another question for you. Did you ever? You never transitioned to CDs or anything, right? It was just vinyl or Serato.
It took me a long time to invest into a CDJ. I bought one, and bought that for the same principle of what Serato is used for. It makes things easier in terms of having certain things that aren't on vinyl and being able to use them for, like, mix CDs and intros and stuff like that. For recording, radio show as well. So I bought one, but never really used it to its fullest potential. And then by the time Serato came around, that's when I was like, all right, it's definitely worth getting this. And especially because at that time you were already seeing the vinyl starting to slow down and everything wasn't coming. So it's like, okay, I'm getting more and more exclusives, so to speak, that I can't play unless I keep stopping my mix and pressing play on the CD play. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me just invest in this and then put everything in Serato.
So, would you get rid of Serato if JS1 went through with this plan and eliminate it?
Sure. I mean, definitely. I would totally get rid of it. And the only thing we have to make sure is when we get rid of it, that the companies continue to press up everything that we're not going to have at that point. You know what I'm saying? As long as they keep pressing it, I'll still carry my records out with me.